In the heart of the 1800s, when the world was a patchwork of invention and ambition, a spark of genius flickered in the dim light of a modest workshop. Amidst the clatter of gears and the heady scent of oil and iron, a woman bent over her workbench, her mind alight with possibilities. Her name would one day fade from memory, lost to the relentless passage of time, but her vision would endure, reshaping cities, stretching skylines, and lifting humanity ever upward. She was born into an era that did not favor her kind. In a world where invention was a man's domain, her curiosity was a quiet rebellion. From a young age, she watched the world move with ponderous limitation. Cities were growing, buildings rising, but always within the reach of human legs. Stairs bound the future, confining ambition to what the body could climb. She saw not just the problem, but the possibility. What if there were a way to transcend these limits? What if the world could rise, not just horizontally, but vertically? Her workshop was humble, a sanctuary of ideas nestled behind the facade of a bustling city. While the world outside bustled with carriages and foot traffic, inside her sanctuary, innovation thrived. Gears, pulleys, chains, each component was a piece of a puzzle only she seemed able to see. By lamplight, she sketched diagrams with careful hands. Her machine would be elegant, safe, and strong, capable of lifting not just goods but people, gracefully between floors. Months stretched into years. She tested springs and counterweights, experimented with braking mechanisms, and calculated the forces that would keep her passengers safe. In the quiet, she listened to the hum of possibility. She understood that the challenge was not only to raise the platform, but to ensure that if a cable snapped or a pulley failed, lives would not be lost. Her greatest triumph was not in lifting, but in protecting. At last, her design was ready. She assembled a prototype, its iron frame sturdy, its ropes taut, its gears precise. With trembling hands, she stepped onto the platform, feeling the weight of history on her shoulders. She pulled the lever. Slowly, steadily, the machine rose, carrying her upward, lifting her above the constraints of the world below. In that moment, she saw the future unfolding. Buildings stretching to unimaginable heights, the city transformed, the horizon redefined, but the world was not yet ready for her. She approached investors, engineers, and city planners, but her ideas were met with polite dismissal and skeptical smiles. A woman, they said, could not have conceived such a device. Her invention was quietly appropriated, adapted, and refined by others. Her name was omitted from the patents, her contributions erased from the ledgers of progress. The machine she had birthed became a foundation for a new era. But her story was swallowed by the shadows of history, yet her legacy endured. As the decades passed, cities began to reach skyward. Architects dared to imagine buildings that touched the clouds. The elevator became an essential part of modern life, a silent, steadfast companion in the daily journeys of millions. It lifted the weary, carried the hopeful, and brought the world closer together. Each time a door slid open and someone stepped inside, her spirit lingered in the quiet ascent. Though she was forgotten, her invention never was. The safety mechanisms she devised became industry standards. The principles she discovered shaped every design that followed. The world moved upward, and with each story climbed, her dream was realized anew. Generations later, historians would puzzle over the origins of the elevator. Names would be celebrated, men who had built upon her blueprints, who had claimed the glory of invention. But some, digging deeper, would find whispers in the archives, sketches unsigned, notes in a delicate hand, a patent application in a forgotten ledger. They would wonder at the mind that had seen farther than the world allowed, that had imagined a future no one else believed possible. Her story is a testament to the quiet revolutionaries, those whose genius is not always recognized, but whose impact shapes the course of progress. She reminds us that innovation knows no gender, no boundaries, no limits, but those we impose. In every elevator's gentle rise, in the unlocking of each new floor, her vision lives on. We may never know her name, but her spirit persists in the cities that stretch to the sky, in the lives made easier by her courage, in the heights we now take for granted. She was a pioneer not just of machinery, but of possibility. Proof that even when the world forgets, invention remembers. And so, as we step into the quiet box that lifts us above the ground, let us pause for a moment and honor the forgotten inventor. For in her dream, we ascend. In her shadow, we rise.